too. Karma. That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. Okay, we're in trouble. He is a god of prosecution. A god. Even Edgeworth is a bit freaking out. He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. Oh, mister, you got blueberry. So, Von Karma is a man to be feared. Great. Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. That's pretty terrifying. So he was your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty. What a creep. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me times 20. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna take on a case just to lose it after 40 years. We could really be using Mia's help right now. Poor Maya, she's not able to just summon her sister at will. I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. Okay, let's head in. Here we are, first day in court for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma. Do you seriously think I wouldn't stand here were I not completely prepared? Decisive evidence and decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? Yeah, he's pretty intimidating. I call the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, come on, Gumshoe. Let's not mess this up. Please take a look at the map. Okay, so the murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was a boat in the very middle of the lake. There were two men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 10 past 12 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots, and the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. He's telling the judge how to do his job. Okay, so the arrest of Edgeworth. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake, so we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Did you find any clues on the body? Well, that's probably quite a difficult thing to find if it's in the water. It might have washed off anything. A single bullet was recovered from the body. He was shot through the heart fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike the bone, so its shape is well preserved. Okay, so a pistol bullet found in the victim's body fired from a .22 caliber pistol. Well, we found the murder weapon on the boat. A pistol. We need to find out more about this weapon. So, what about this pistol is decisive evidence? He's tisking me. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. Okay, so that seems like important information, particularly for right hand, so maybe Edgeworth is left-handed? I don't know, I haven't really been paying attention to his hands. Okay, so the murder weapon, a .22 caliber fired 3 times. There's prints from Edgeworth's right hand. We now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes. The ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Actually, Judge, you do it. So, ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. This leads to one inevitable conclusion: the bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Well, this is pretty bad. This is a very bad start. How are we going to work our way out of this? You wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I'm somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge. What are you doing? A 10-minute recess now? Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man. The court will take a 10-minute recess. Well, that certainly wasn't the expected outcome. The judge has no control of the courts. We are royally screwed. Okay, so was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. I heard a gunshot from very close by, then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at first, at the time, that he had shot himself. That's the only explanation I can come up with. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough sell that he killed himself. Maya thinks she's useless, but no, we need her here. She might eventually summon Mia. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. You never know when my luck is going to run out. Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. Okay, 10 minutes break and we are back in court. So, let's hear from the witness. It's Lotta. Don't add anything trivial or subjective. You'll need to learn some manners. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't near a thing on the lake but the boat. Enough. Judge. She happened to take a photo of the incident. This is the photo. Accept it as evidence. Well, this is nice. This looks like the very moment of the murder. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on the lake. The man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Marley. The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case.
Objection!
Yeah, we didn't even get to cross-examine. He was just about to fully just end this. Okay, so if we get this wrong, he's gonna have us held in contempt of court. I mean, to continue the case, we're gonna have to say there was, and we're just gonna have to figure it out. I mean, she was in her car. So, was she really looking? Okay, so she was in her car. Why were you camping there anyway? I was taking pictures to use in my research. Let's press further. Could you be more specific about your research? He just sustained our objection. He's not even the judge. Okay. I heard this bang come up from the lake. So you weren't looking at the lake at the time? No. I looked after I heard that noise. out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. How did you know it's two guys?
Hold it!
Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? No. Not really. I wasn't asking you about the photo. Yeah. I was asking if you saw the two men. The witnesses testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. Then there was another bang.
Hold it!
Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? But yes, she doesn't seem very sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions was right, not meaningless babble. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness, yeah. He definitely is.
Hold it!
Let's press further. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Witnesses answered the question. Okay, enough. I think we've heard all we need to hear. I'm afraid I will have to penalise any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of the court. If that happens, you'll leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Okay. We need to break through this testimony. Oh, Maya's speaking out. Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not. Lotta, your testimony states it's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol? You will stand down. This court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst. Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea? Treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it. I saw Edgeworth. Well, wait, I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Phoenix Wright? Wrong. Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. Yes. That is what we need. You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. Judge? I'm sorry, Mr. Montgomery, but I cannot. Zahar has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. Very well. IFA, you will leave the courtroom immediately. We're on our own now. We're gonna have to be big boy attorney all by ourselves. Okay. Well, she said she saw him clear, but we know from that photo you can't see anything clear, so she probably didn't see anything either.
Objection!
Look at this photograph. The photo I took. They're very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog. This picture was taken with professional high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edward. How? Miss Wright has a point. How could you possibly see Mr. Edward? Explain yourself. Okay, so Von Karma basically told her what to say and what not to say, so that she wouldn't slip up and cause this kind of hole. But we know Lotta, and Lotta likes to run her mouth. Yeah, right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard the noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem. Oh. Thank you for watching today. If you enjoyed the content, remember to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you again soon. Bye!